Hello everyone, and welcome to Transcendence and Eminence. Today we're exploring one of the most fascinating questions in human history. How old are the pyramids of Giza? According to mainstream Egyptology, the Great Pyramid was built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, around 2500 BC. That would make it roughly 4,500 years old. This conclusion is based on historical records, inscriptions, and archaeological context. But that may not be the full story. Some researchers have pointed to something unusual at the Giza complex: water erosion, specifically erosion patterns at the base of the Sphinx and surrounding limestone structures. These patterns suggest prolonged exposure to heavy rainfall. The problem? That region of Egypt has been extremely dry for thousands of years. The last time it experienced sustained heavy rainfall on that level was during the period known as the Younger Dryas, approximately 12,000 years ago. If this interpretation is correct, it raises a powerful question. Could parts of the Giza complex be far older than we've been told? Another perspective comes from Italian engineer Alberto Donini. He proposed that the Great Pyramid may be significantly older, possibly around 24,900 years old. His method is called the relative erosion method, REM. Here's the idea. Compare limestone surfaces that were exposed for long periods with surfaces that were protected by outer casing stones until the 14th century. By measuring the differences in erosion, Donini analyzed 12 separate points on the pyramid. His findings suggested a range of possible dates, from about 11,000 to 39,000 years old, with an average near 24,900 years. Now, this is not widely accepted in mainstream archaeology, but it introduces a compelling possibility that Khufu may not have built the pyramid from scratch, but instead restored or inherited an already ancient structure. There's another layer to this mystery: the stars. The layout of the three pyramids at Giza appears to align with the three stars of Orion's belt. Some researchers suggest that this alignment corresponds most closely to the sky as it appeared around 10,500 BC. This ties into something known as the Great Year, a 920-year cycle called the precession of the equinoxes. At certain points in this cycle, Earth's orientation shifts, and the sky appears in different positions. That's when Orion's belt reaches the specific position in the sky that closely matches the ground layout of Giza. To some, this is coincidence. To others, it suggests intentional design, possibly encoding astronomical knowledge across vast stretches of time. There are also more unconventional approaches to this question. For example, researcher Irina Bariel has explored the pyramids using methods such as dowsing. Now, this is where things become particularly interesting. In her readings, she arrived at a time frame that closely aligns with the estimate proposed by Alberto Donini, placing the origins of the pyramid somewhere in the range of 24,000 to 25,000 years ago. Two very different approaches, one based on erosion analysis, the other based on intuitive measurement techniques. And yet, both point toward a similar window in time. Now, that does not confirm the theory, but it raises an important question. When completely different methods begin to converge on the same result, is that coincidence? Or is it something worth looking at more closely? None of these alternative theories have been fully confirmed by mainstream science, and some experts dispute them. But science itself is not static. It evolves. New evidence emerges. Old conclusions are challenged, and sometimes the timeline shifts. So what do we do with all of this? We explore, we question, we examine the evidence wherever it leads, because truth is not always found in fixed answers, but along the path where research meets discovery. If that resonates with you, then you're in the right place, and we invite you to continue the journey with us, here at Transcendence and Eminence.